All right, hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to go ahead and come on up to our feet to begin. All right, as you come on up to your feet, go ahead and bring your feet just underneath the hips, toes pointing straight ahead. We're going to start with a few toe touches to an overhead reach today. So soft bend the knees, draw the abdomen in. You're going to bring your chin down to the chest and just a nice gentle exhale as you slide the hands down the legs, reaching for the feet. Keeping that soft bend of the knees, gonna find where your bottom position is for the moment, and now breathe deep into the back of the rib cage. In through the nose, out through the mouth. On the next inhale, we're gonna make our way on up, pushing through your feet, gradually coming up to the top. Very good. This is our first of three. On this first time as we come up to the top, we're gonna bring our hands on the low back, draw the shoulders and elbows back, keeping that bend in the knees, engage the glutes, shift your hips forward, and peer up towards the ceiling. Or sky if you get to be outside today. One nice deep breath here, trying to expand the front of the rib cage and relax down. Very good. From here, we're going to repeat that, standing up tall once again, maintaining that soft bend the knees, chin to the chest, hands slide down the legs, nice, long, gentle exhale as you reach down for the feet. Very good. Find that bottom position. Breathe deep into the back once again. Nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out, and on that next inhale, make your way back up to the top. Waking it all up. Very good. If you felt comfortable with the hands on the back, now we'll start to bring the hands to overhead. Keeping that soft on the knees, engage the midline, fire the glutes. Gently shift those hips forward as you look up towards the sky. Breathe into the front side of the body as you squeeze the back side. Good. Next breath in. Go to relax those hands down. We're going to go one final time to that toe touch. Chin draws down to the chest. Gently exhale, sliding down. Good. Pausing in the bottom for one more cycle of breathing. Expand the back. On that exhale, see if your body wants to reach down a bit farther. And final time on that next inhale, making your way back up to the top. And then your choice, either hands on the low back or hands up to overhead. Keeping that soft bend the knees, fire the glutes, lift the chest, peering up towards the sky. One more breath there. And relax those hands on down. Fantastic. Go ahead and bring your feet just a little bit wider. Walking them outside the hips. We're going to take it into a side stretch next. Let's go right hand on the hip, left hand. You're going to turn that palm up towards the sky. Start to reach up and across. Looking up to that hand as you stretch. Now breathe into the side of the torso where you feel this tension. One more breath there, and then come on down and switch. Same thing, other side. Hand on the hip, palm up towards the sky, reaching up and across, peering up. Breathing into that rib cage one or two times. And release. Good job. We're going to repeat that side stretch, but with both hands up to overhead. So we're going to bring the hands to overhead, interlace the fingers, stretch up nice and long, rebend into those knees, and now taking it to the side. Very good. Breathe back in, come back to center. Same thing, opposite side. Nice long side bend. Very good. Breathing in, back to the top. One more time each direction. We're going to add the rotation. So you'll bend to the side and then turn your downside shoulder, rotate your head as well. Try to peer up past your top arm. Breathing there. Unwind, and same thing, second side. Side bend first. Nice long reach. Rotate that downside shoulder, peering up to the sky. Breathing there, and go ahead and unwind. Fantastic. Release those arms. Let's add a little side step to it. We're going to open our hip flexors next. Good job. All right, opening through the chest, starting to get a little bit more blood flow here. And then when you're ready, we're going to keep your right foot forward. Take a nice long step back with that left foot. So we're focused on opening the hips here, shifting those hips forward, squeezing the glute. And if you're comfortable to do so, bring those arms up to overhead. Lift the chest, eyes up. Send the hip forward, squeeze that back glute as you keep lifting that chest. And now once again, bend to the side towards your lead leg. So taking it towards that lead leg. Good, trying to fire the glute as you bend. Go ahead and release. Relax the arms down, same thing opposite side. Now your left foot forward, right foot steps back. Thinking about that hip shift, Keeping the heels firmly planted, interlace those hands, stretch them up. Lift the chest, lift up out of those hips, glide the hips forward, squeezing the bum. Good, and now a gentle side bend towards that lead leg. One more breath here, and go ahead and release. Fantastic. Back to our side step arm swing. Rotate the palms forward as the arms swing back. Shoulders down out of the ears, nice long neck. Excellent. All right, behind the back stretch next. We're going to keep that wide base stance. Root down into those legs. Interlace the hands behind you. Pull the front of the ribs down as you lift those arms up. Good. And with that long spine, you're going to send the hips back. Look down towards the floor as you pull those arms straight up to overhead or over your torso. And breathing into the back. Let's go 2 to 3 breaths here, and then we'll make our way on up. Good. On that next inhale, if you aren't up already, make your way back up to the top. And final time, side step arm swing. All right, great job. So we're going to be practicing a little bit of hinging work this morning. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more specific warm up with some hinging. We're going to do a couple good mornings. So with all 10 toes, feet just underneath the hips, toes pointing straight ahead. Check in with your midline. So if your hips are tilted forward, it'll be a little bit more arched in the back than we'd like. So draw the abdomen in, keep the hips right underneath the shoulders. And then with the knees bent, you can bring the hands behind the head, long spine as you bow forward, looking down towards the floor. Coming to either where you feel that tension in the back of the thighs or to where your torso comes to about 90 degrees parallel to the floor. No need to go beyond that. Standing up when you're ready, we're going to go between 3 and 5 times here. Just reinforcing that hinging pattern. Long spine, hips go back. Good. And stand. Then Jane, if you could just turn sideways to your camera, I'll be able to see just a little bit better angle. Thank you. Good. Nice, Kathy. There you go. Nice tall chest. Think about drawing those shoulders down the spine. Let's go one more time here. Bowing forward. Awesome. And standing tall. Alrighty. From there, we'll stretch the quads. Then we're going to get into our first cycle. So place the foot down, draw everything up. Look to grab that one foot. Pull the shoulder back. We're going to hold this side for 20. Our first series is going to be 2 rounds. We're going to be doing a single leg deadlift to a high knee. We'll have 45 seconds to practice that. A little bit of cross crawl work in between. And then we'll go opposite leg, deadlift to high knee on that single leg. Go ahead and release your foot. Same thing, other side. Place the foot down. Draw everything up and in as you maintain that balance and grab that opposite foot. After the second leg, practicing that single leg deadlift into that high knee position, we'll come down to all fours for a bear crawl. So we will warm up the wrists just a bit here. As I mentioned, we'll go twice through. I'm going to go unweighted on those single leg deadlifts first round, and then up to you if you want to hold weight on the second round. All right, release that foot. Let's grab a drink of water, and then we'll get ready for our first series. Good. Welcome to have you, Sharon. Make sure you get some toe touches in. There you go. Some side stretches. We open up our hips as well. Okay, so just a couple of points to pay attention to. As I'm demoing this single leg deadlift, I'm going to invite you all here to kind of warm up the wrist a little bit. Wrist circles, pulling the hands back. Those of you here live have been here quite a bit on how to warm up those wrists. Back of the hands together, all of that. Just kind of get some movement there. On the single leg deadlift, you're going to have all the toes pointing straight ahead. I'm just going to talk about it, and then we'll start together. Lifting up, just like we practiced for some of our stretches. With that soft bend in the knee, you're going to hinge at the hips. You're trying to keep that back thigh parallel to the torso. So you got to fire that glute, stand up nice and tall, and then we're coming to that high knee position. So as you're moving, lifting up out of the hips, find a spot to focus on, and then nice and smooth, trying to come all the way to the high knee. If your balance gets a little bit off, if you don't feel ready for the hinging, then practice single leg balance and don't worry about the hinging. That has plenty of benefit as well. Otherwise, we're going to start on your left leg here in 10 seconds. So walk the feet in, check in with the alignment of the ankle, draw everything up, soft bend in that support leg on the left. And when you're ready, here we go. Driving that back thigh up, Reaching down for the floor and then driving through the heel of the downside leg. Pulling that right knee through to high knee. Good. Lifting up each time. Long spine. Drive that back thigh up. And you want the toe to point down to the mat throughout. Yep, take your time there, Kathy. Nice and controlled. I'm really gripping my foot of that support leg. I actually find this exercise to be easier without shoes. That's 30 seconds. I forgot to mention that before we started. If you have shoes on, sometimes it's easier just to slip them off and have a bit more awareness of what's going on at the foot. Yeah, nice. Maybe one more. Good control. Reaching down. Cycle through. And there's our time. Awesome job. All right, set it down. Walk those feet outside the hips. We're going to go our cross crawl, elbow towards the opposite knee. Lifting up when you're ready. Elbow towards that opposite leg. Inhale as you open, standing tall. Exhale as you draw it across the body. Good. Very nice. Really watch we're not shrugging those shoulders up and into the ears. Keep a nice long neck here. Good. Right about halfway through. Keep your focus. We'll put a little spin on this on the next round as well. That's 30 seconds. Good. Couple more. Maybe once on each side. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We'll take 15 seconds and we back to that single leg deadlift, this time on your right leg. Walk the feet. All 10 toes pointing straight ahead. Soft bend in that right knee. Lift everything up and in. And when you're ready, here we go. Long spine. Back toe points down towards the floor. And then we're coming to that high knee position as you stand tall. Excellent. Before you begin again, lift everything up. Draw the shoulders back before you start to hinge. Fantastic, crew. Good control. Yeah. Downside foot should stay planted, heel on the ground, gripping those toes down. Help support the arch of that foot. Lovely. That's 30 seconds. Whoop. Fantastic. Keep it rolling now. 10 seconds left. There you go. Pushing the toe down. Excellent job. Got it, Sharon. And finish that rep. Take a pause. We're coming down to the floor for our bear crawl. So you're going to come down to hands and knees. Make a nice wide handprint. And depending upon how small your face is, your space is, I may even just demo here on the length of a yoga mat. So wide handprint, I'm going to lift the knees barely off the ground. And then when you're ready, opposite hand, opposite foot. You want to imagine you're trying to balance like a little tiny saucer plate on the low back. Couple steps forward, and then you can go a couple steps back. If you have a little bit larger space, then feel free to move a little bit farther. Good. Center your gaze. So you're looking straight down between those hands. Nice and patient here. Left hand, right foot, left hand. Or the opposites. But I didn't say that correctly. Good. Less than 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Spine nice and level. Looks great. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Just take your time. Let's come into down dog. Draw the head between the arms, lowering the heels down. We're going to go into one more round of that, but we're going to take about another 30 seconds or so here to get it started. So when you're ready, make your way back up. If you want to grab a drink of water, maybe a little bit of weight for this second round. And if you're fairly steady, but a little bit off, sometimes holding a little bit of a weight will actually help to get more awareness of the movement. All right, we're going to start in 20 seconds. It'll be your left leg. If you are going to hold a weight, I recommend holding it in your right hand, the opposite side of what you're balancing on. Starting in 10. Check in that you're not toed out at all the toes pointing straight ahead. Lift everything up and in, and when you're ready, here we go. Long spine, bowing forward. You're using a weight, you're trying to set it down just beside your foot, and then take it to the outside of the leg as you come through to high knee. There you go. Nice. Lifting up out of that hip before you start to hinge. Awesome. Good job. Pin those shoulders back and down, Sharon. Long spine as you bow forward. That's 30 seconds. I'm gonna come a little bit closer. Take your time, Jean. There you go. Reset. Good. Good to have you, Diana. Maybe you want your screen to be off, but if you want to turn your camera on, always fantastic to see you. There you go, Kathy. And 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Set the weight down. Come on up to the feet. We're going to go march and punch this time. Arms out to the side. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale as you punch. Draw that knee nice and high, lifting the foot and toes. If you want a little bit faster blood flow, you can add a little hop to it. Call it like a skip and punch. Good. Fantastic. Good. You can either keep that going or slow it down a little bit, but challenge the brain a bit more with that cross crawl behind the body. Lifting that back leg up, trying to touch the heel of that rear foot. There you go. Nice. Fantastic. 10 more seconds. And then we'll take a short break and get ready for that deadlift on the opposite side. 3, 2, 1, and pause there. Awesome. 20 seconds, we on to that right leg, single leg deadlift. And this is our last time through. All right, set that right foot down, all those toes pointing straight ahead, holding the weight in your left hand. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Long spine, controlling it down. Remember to swing that back leg through to that high knee position. Awesome. Pin that shoulder back. Up out of those hips. Watching for that trail leg. Sometimes those toes and that hip likes to rotate out and away. So keep the toe pointing straight down. Hips as level as you can. Good, just over halfway. 20 seconds left. Nice. Looks good. Keep lifting up out of those hips before you start to hinge that next rep. Good. Controlling down. Standing tall. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Clear space, coming down to all fours. Last round of bear crawl. Starting on hands and knees. Spread those fingers wide as they go underneath those shoulders. Draw the abdomen in, barely lifting those knees off the ground. And when you're ready, left hand, right foot, right hand, left foot. Good. Moving like a slow motion bear, just kind of creeping across your floor. Pushing strong through the hands. Good. Looking straight down, nice neutral head position. As always, breathe as you move. Fantastic. 20 seconds left. We're going to take a stretch break after this. Good. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and take a pause. Fantastic. Go ahead and come on down to your knees. Bring the big toes together. Spread the knees about the width of your mat, and let's take it back into child's position. Arms reach straight out, hips drop back. Lower that head down to the mat. Let's go 3 bright breathing cycles here, trying to expand the sides of the rib cage. In through the nose, out through the mouth. When you're ready, we'll take it into child's position, side stretch. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Left arm reaches long. Square those hips, lower back from there. Very good. Walk the hands to the opposite side. Same thing, other direction. Long reach the arms, square the hips and shoulders as you lower your head back down to the floor. Very good. From here, staying on hands and knees, we're going to take the one hand behind the head. We're going to do our mid-back rotations. Lifting up out of that downside shoulder. Breathe in as you bring that elbow across the opposite elbow. And then exhale, peering up to the sky. Let's go anywhere between 5 and 8 on each side. Breathing in to close, exhale to open, pausing in that open position, get some really good rotation through the rib cage and the head and neck. Excellent. Couple more and then we'll switch sides. Good. If you haven't switched, go ahead and same thing the other side. Hand behind the head. Elbow comes across, trying to touch that opposite elbow, lift up, peering up. Five to eight on this side. Great job. Couple more. Just make sure everybody's on mute here. All right. Very good. Once you finish the rotations on that side, let's go into cat-cows. Keeping the hands underneath the shoulders, draw the chin into the chest on the exhale. Blowing the air out, and then inhale, gently arching, draw the shoulders down. Good, two more times. Gently arch. Turn your eyes up as well as you gently lift the head. Final time. Very good. Once you finish that, let's go ahead and come onto your back. Draw the shoulders back. Lying on down and go ahead and draw both legs into the chest. Rock yourself side to side, double knee to chest. We're getting ready for some squatting and some Renegade Rows coming up next. Finishing out that circuit with some dead bugs or some hollow body practice. Arms up the side after you loosen up with that double knee to chest, moving it into two knee twist. Turn the head, looking over that opposite shoulder. And just take your time, see how far you want to lower down in that twist. And then when you're ready, sweep those legs across, same thing, other direction. Turn the head, looking the other way. Good, maybe 2 or 3 times each way. Very good. And then we're going to go 5 glute bridges, feet outside the hips or in line with the hips. Tuck that chin in. And like I mentioned, just 5 times here, gently encouraging those hips up and open, firing the back side of the body, holding for about a 2 count at the top. As that low back wakes up a little bit more, if you feel like you can go a little bit higher, the higher you go with the hips, the more you want to give some love to the back of the neck as well, drawing that chin into the chest. It's a nice stretching for the upper part of the neck. 1 or 2 more. Fantastic. All right, when you finish those glute bridges, let's go ahead and roll it over. Coming back to all fours, we're going to come back in a down dog and make our way up to the feet. So wide handprint, turn, toes turn under, hips drive high as you lengthen that back side. Draw that chin into the chest as you guide that heart closer to the thighs. Lower one heel down and then the other. Very good. When you finish stretching out those heels, start to inchworm your way up. Walk your feet towards the hands, walk the hands towards the feet. And as you come on up to standing, let's grab a drink of water. Nice work, everyone. Woo, woo. All right. As I mentioned, we're getting ready for some squats coming up next. So after you grab that drink of water, come on back to your mat. Set the feet about hip width apart. We're going to go 5 squats for our warm up here. And we're going to go into that prayer position in the bottom. So just a gentle toe out, reach those arms straight out, drive your knees wide. And if you feel confident at the bottom of the squat, you're going to work those elbows on the inside of the knees, shoulders back and down, nice tall chest. From here, reach the arms straight out, drive through your legs, and come on back up. Very good. On the next one, we're going to do some hamstring flosses. So same idea, arms reach out, hips drive back. Instead of bringing the elbows to the knees, reach for your ankles with your hands. And now you're going to lift the feet, lift the hips up, draw the head down. You're going to look between the legs And then making your way back into the squat, elbows on the inside of the knees. Good, do that twice more. Lower the head down, lift the hips up. Nice and gradual here, never forcing. Back into the squat, elbows on the inside of the knees. Good job. Final time, hips high, head down. And one last time into the squat for this piece of the warm-up. Good job. Back to that prayer position with the hands. Keep pushing those knees wide, tall chest. Fantastic. And then when you're ready to reach those arms straight out, drive through your legs and come on up. Fantastic. All right, one more drink of water. We'll get ready to start here in about 30 seconds. We're going to have 45 seconds of a squat. If you feel ready to hold some weight, you can hold one weight underneath the chin or two weights, one in each hand. We'll have 45 seconds there. Then we'll transition down to the floor for some Renegade Rows. Oops. All right, starting in 10. Set the feet, eyes up, and 2, 1. First of 3 rounds. Moving and breathing. Very good. Think elbows up and forward as you lower down. You don't want those elbows to feel like they're going to touch your thighs as you come into the bottom of the squat. Good. Eyes looking straight ahead throughout. If we look down, we'll tend to lose our chest downward. So keep those eyes up. Very good. That's 30 seconds. Another 15 to go. Fantastic depth, everyone. Good control. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1, and transition. Awesome. Coming down for the Renegade Row. You also do this elevated, but otherwise you're going to come down in a plank position. Bring the feet outside the hips, a little bit wider base of support. You can either have one weight between the hands or you can rest the hands on the weights. 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, we're pulling one elbow nice and high and then alternating sides, other elbow up. Good. Focus right between those hands. Good. I'm holding 2 weights right now, but if I just had one to use, I would set it between me, grab it with one hand, set it down, switch my weight, and then grab that opposite side. Good. Really key here, especially if you're on your toes, not to let the hips drop down. You don't want to be arching that low back. We're over 30 seconds in. Very good. Maybe one more, and 2, 1, and rest. Move your weights out of the way and coming onto your back. We're going to go dead bug on this first cycle. So just as it sounds, dead bug, hands in the air, feet in the air. And now this is midline exercise. So draw the belly in, push that low back into the floor. And then from there, you're going to extend one leg in the opposite arm, back behind. Breathe in as you reach it back. Exhale as you draw it together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. We're going to spend about a minute practicing this. And that's the end of set 1. You want to imagine you have a little small balloon or a whoopee cushion underneath that low back, and you're going to have all the air pushed out because that low back, you're pulling the spine in, no arching. Good. About another 15 seconds here. Again, breathing in as you exhale, draw it together as you inhale. Opposite that, excuse me. Breathing in, draw it back, exhale, draw it together. I'll get it right here. Maybe one more, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. All right, go ahead and make your way back to the feet. 30 seconds. We'll start set 2. Back with those squats. Nice work. Same weight or possibly a little bit heavier, depending on how your body's feeling, what you have available at home there. Starting in 15 seconds. Feet about hip width apart, just a nice gentle toe out. 3, 2, 1. Round 2 of 3. Breathe in to lower, exhale to stand tall. Elbows up and forward. You want to try to have the triceps almost parallel to the floor, especially if you're holding 2 weights there. You're engaging the upper body, push the shoulders up and forward as you sit back and down. Woo! Feet stay planted, knees drive wide. Awesome. There's 30 seconds. Go ahead and keep it moving. Excellent squats, Kathy. Good. Nice, Sharon. Looking strong, Jean. Maybe one more. 3, 2, 1, and transition down for our Renegade Rows. If anything's going on that it bothers you to support on the wrist today, you could also do like a bent over row here from standing. Otherwise, Renegade start now. Elbows draw high, hips level to the shoulders. Belly drawn in towards the spine throughout. Good job. Shoulder down the spine, elbow high to the ceiling. Good job. 20 seconds left. If you ever need to just take a break and come down to the knees, maybe come off the hands for a second, and then jump back in when you're ready. Great work. Less than 10 seconds. Keep holding strong, lifting up out of that support arm. And there's our rest. Fantastic. Take it onto your back. You can stick with that dead bug posture if that exercise feels best for your body, or we can start to move into our hollow practice. I'm going to recommend bent knees on this first set, or next set. So how I would do that, I'd pull my legs up off the mat, pull the belly in, lift the hands, draw the chin into the chest, like I'm making a little hollow boat, and like come down and rest anytime I need. Breathe in, lift up, holding strong. Another 40 seconds of practice, friends. So just up and down as you'd like, or back to those dead bugs. Again, lower abdomen's fire, but also upper abdomen too. Whew, good work. We're over halfway. Only holding as long as you can maintain that activation of the lower core, and then resting from there. If you feel like you want more of a challenge with the knees up, you can extend one leg out and then draw it in, and then extend the opposite leg out. That's going to really make it a little bit more challenging not to arch the low back. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All righty. Roll it over, make your way on up. 30 seconds till we start our third and final round of this series. I don't know about all of you, but Moose sure is tired. It's a good thing. Stays out of my ponytail. All right, 10 seconds. Third and final round of squats. Either one weight or 2 weights. And 3, 2, 1. Begin. We have some deadlifts next and overhead press. So this will be all of it you have for squatting, no lunging or anything like that. So use that to help determine if you hold steady or you push a little bit faster on this round. Good job. Woo. Coming up on that 30-second mark. Get those eyes up, chest tall. Fantastic. 15 seconds left. There you go. Making sure you don't bounce in the bottom, just nice and controlled. Maybe one more. 2, 1, and transition. Awesome. Back to the Renegades. All right, starting in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Elbow high. Exhale as you draw those elbows up and in. Trying to keep the hips nice and level with the shoulders. Good work. Eyes looking straight ahead. Keep pulling that elbow as high as you can above the torso, and then control that weight back down. Good, we're over 30 seconds in. Nice. Good adjustment, Kathy. Looks great, Jean. Nice and controlled. Almost done. 2, 1, and pause. Onto your back. Final bit of core work. Either dead bugs or hollows. I'm going to go back to demoing the dead bug. You can choose what's best for you. As you remember, if you're doing the dead bug, either lift the head or rest it back. And when you're ready, you're going to extend one leg, opposite arm. Exhale as you draw together. You tend to hold a bit of tension in the neck. I recommend just resting the head on the mat. But if you occasionally want to lift it up, draw the chin in, you will activate the muscles in the front of the neck a bit. Kind of feel that out. Coming up on halfway. Our biggest key here, midsection. No arching. Woo. Working the brain, working the core. All those different layers of our abdominal muscles. We do lots of variation here to target those different ones. Good, we're over 45 seconds in. 10 seconds left. In, exhale. Good, and 3, 2, 1, and done there. Woohoo! Good job. Let's go ahead and roll over onto your side. We're going to stretch the quads from a side lying position. Feel free to prop up on that elbow, grab the top leg, pull the heel towards the glutes. We'll hold this for 20. It's going to be a similar rep scheme when we come back up to our feet, just different exercises. We'll be practicing a deadlift, sumo deadlift or suitcase deadlift. We'll go 45 seconds there, 15 seconds to rest, and then we'll be working some overhead press. And switching legs, swing it around, same thing, other side. After the overhead press, we'll vary it up with various blood flow activities, jumping jacks, side shuffle, karaoke. And we'll have 3 rounds of those 3 different activities. Good, another 10 seconds here, pulling that heel towards the glute, trying to squeeze the glute of that trail leg, lengthening the front side of the thigh, and 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Back into down dog as you make your way up to your feet. So students are getting ready for a little bit of footwork. Give a little extra love to the calves, lowering those heels down, saying hello to the back side of the calves or the legs. Very nice. And then as you walk your feet towards your hands, hands towards your feet, keeping that soft bend of those knees, we'll just do a little bit of a slow standing from that toe touch position, reaching on up and standing nice and tall. Awesome job. All right, let's grab a drink of water. Your body should be quite warm, so we're going to move right into that first round. If you're going to be using a single weight, I recommend having the weight between the legs. If you're going to be holding 2 weights, I recommend having 1 in each hand outside the legs. All righty. So I'm going to start demoing with a single leg. We're going to start here in about 20 seconds. You're going to bring the weight right between the feet. Walk the feet wide. And really key here as we're practicing this movement, draw the shoulders back so they don't roll forward as you're lowering down. And then just like we did on that single leg work, we're going to hinge at the hips. All right, everybody, starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hinging forward. Squeeze the glute, standing straight up and down. Excellent. Long spine as you send it back to the floor. Double arm today, Kathy. Yep. So holding on with both hands. Nice. Looking straight ahead at the top. Fantastic. And if it's tough for you to touch your toes, if you feel any tension in your back as you lower to the floor, maybe don't go all the way to the floor. Maybe just come to like mid-shin position. Kind of meet the length of the hamstrings. That's 30 seconds. Watching that we don't arch back. Just stack those shoulders right over top of the hips. Fantastic. Maybe a couple more. And 2, 1. Control that weight down and take a rest. All right, we're going shoulder to overhead next. So you can hold one weight or one in each hand. We're going to press both hands together. If I'm holding one weight, it's going to be just like so, and I'll press straight up for overhead. All right, toes pointing straight ahead. When you're ready, 2, 1, here we go. Abdomen draws in. Push nice and high. Good. Reaching right over top of the head. Good. Elbows forward as you lower. And we're working with a strict press here, but if you're like, okay, I need a little extra assist, you can add a little dip and drive of the legs. That's 30 seconds, 15 left. Still squeeze the booty, squeeze the thighs. Have a nice strong base of support. Awesome. Maybe one more, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Make sure your space is nice and clear so you're not going to trip on anything. Nice deep breath in. We're going to start with either some step or some jump jacks. Up to you. We're going to change it up a little bit. Good. All righty. 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to change this to a side shuffle. Option to reach down for the floor at each side. 3, 2, 1. So just like it sounds, I'm going to side step. If I want, I can reach down for the floor. Kind of step one foot behind, like a little curtsy step. Excellent. Right on the feet. Very good. Over and back. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We'll take 30 seconds. Back for set 2. Deadlifts, overhead press, and blood flow work. 2 more rounds. All right, so on this second to last round, I'm going to hold uneven weights. One weight in each hand. On the next round, I'll switch which had the lighter, which had the heavier. So if you're like, hey, I don't have even options, you can hold more weight and challenge your body with an uneven carry. All right, deadlifts, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Chin in, nice flat back, drawing those shoulders back. Squeeze the glute as you stand tall. Awesome. Breathing in to lower. Exhale as you stand. Very nice. Control down. Stand with confidence. There's 30 seconds. Woo. Nice. Moving well, Jean. There you go, Kathy. Last one, everyone. 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Overhead press is next. Once again, I can hold uneven weights if I want to challenge myself, but I have odd options. 3, 2, 1, begin. Squeezing the back side of the body, drawing the front of the ribs down. We don't want to see you arching back as you press up. So everything nice and in alignment. Excellent. Good press. Woo. Remember, if you get to where you're starting to fatigue out with that strict press, add that little dip and drive, just like a little quarter squat. Knees push wide, chest stays tall. 2, 1, and transition. Good. Clear your space. Blood flow next. We're going to start with march and punch. Arms to the side, eyes up, and 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale as you punch. You can skip for this or just nice and general. Good. We'll go halfway with march and punch. And then when we go back, you can stick with that side shuffle or you can add a little grapevine to it, crossing the legs behind and in front, also known as a karaoke. 2, 1, and transition. So karaoke would be cross in front, cross behind. Option if you want to reach down the end of your space. A little curtsy step, 1 foot steps behind. Good. Hand reaches towards the opposite foot. Nice. So we're going to go another 15 seconds here. Light on the feet. Eyes up, chest up. Taking a little bit longer through the blood flow pieces. We had a minute of blood flow here, and we'll rest for 30 for our final round. Whew. Excellent. 2, 1, and there's our rest. 30 seconds, grab a drink. We're back for that final set. All right. If you were using uneven weights like I was, make sure you switch up what weight was holding on what side. 10 seconds. Toes pointing straight ahead. Nice long chest and spine. 2, 1, begin. Excellent. Think about standing as tall as you can from the top of your head up towards the sky. We don't want to be dropping down. Standing tall against gravity. Good. And then lifting everything up, drawing everything back as you hinge forward. Very nice. Practicing these movements makes daily life easier. That's 30 seconds. You can pick up a 50-pound deadlift. Picking up your 30-pound grandchild isn't so hard, unless they're squirming around. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Final set of shoulder to overhead. All right. And when you're ready, here we go. Elbows forward, press nice and high. Fire that lower body. So I'm still kind of clenching my thighs, clenching my bum. When I'm pressing overhead here, I like to imagine that my torso and my legs are like the tree trunk. And then my arms are the branches growing tall to overhead. I want to have that solid base of support. Very good. If you need to, a little dip and drive. That's 30 seconds. 15 to go. As you tire now, we'll be more likely to lean back. So keep pulling those ribs down and in. Woo. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Final bit of blood flow. We're going to start either with a regular march or running high knees. So draw the shoulders back, arms at the side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Knees up. Driving the arms to the side. Excellent. We're going to go high knees, and then we'll finish with that same idea of the crossovers. Option if you want to keep that back leg up now when we touch the toe. 5 more seconds here on the high knees. Good, and when you're ready, so we can cross it over. As you reach the hand to the opposite leg, that back foot can stay off the ground. It's a little bit more balance challenge here at the end. Excellent. Think about lifting up out of those hips as you reach down, standing tall. Good. Woo. There you go. Final 15 seconds. Nice. Smile, have some fun. We're almost there. Woo. And taking it back. 3, 2, 1. And give yourself and your community members here a round of applause. Nice work, everyone. Let's grab a drink, and then we'll stretch. All righty. As you catch your breath, let's come on back to center. We're going to go our stagger stance, tricep side bend. So we'll start with your right foot back this time. Lower that heel down to the mat. Draw everything down and in as you reach that right arm up. And now, as we did earlier, shift the hip, bending the elbow, reach around. Keep your eyes and head looking straight on. And now bend towards that lead leg. So squeezing the glute, pushing that back hip forward. Breathing here. Come on up from that, stay in that same position. We're going to go into that side bend once again. So bending towards your left, and then take your left shoulder, rotate up, peering up past your right arm. Breathe in that twisted position. And come on, done. Good job. In between sides, let's go back to that behind the back stretch with forward fold. Feet outside the hips, belly draws in, shoulders draw back. And then long spine, you send those hips back, pull those arms straight up to overhead. And just see if this head wants to relax down towards the floor a bit more. Only for about 3 cycles of breathing here. Good. On that next inhale, make your way back up to the top. And we're going to go tricep side bend, opposite side. So right foot forward, left foot back. Draw the ribs and belly down and in as you reach your right arm up. Good. Hip shift forward, then bend that arm as you reach around. Exaggerate that long neck posture here, and then bend towards your right. Holding for a couple of breaths, squeezing that trail leg. Good, coming back out of it, staying in this position. Lift everything back up, send that back hip forward once again, bending to the side. And now you're gonna take your right shoulder, rotate up, looking past your left arm, and then breathe into this twisted position. Very good. Unwind, release, and let's meet me down on the mat. We'll just inchworm our way down. We're going to start on our stomachs. So as you lie down on your stomach, go ahead and bring the legs together, draw your shoulders back, place your hands underneath the shoulders as if you're going to do some push-ups, and then keep your hips on the ground as you just gently press up and look up. So lift your chest off the ground. Look up towards the ceiling. And just up and down about 3 to 5 times here. Come back to the floor. Draw the shoulders back and down. Think long spine here as you lift up. If you have any pinching in that low back, come down out of it a bit. Good. Let me go one more time. Down and up. Squeeze the glute. Lift the chest. Good. When you finish that, lift those hips up. Turn the palms up. Supinated child's position. So you bring those little fingers together, toes together, divide the knees, and lower on back. Very good. After you finish your breathing in that position there, come on back to all fours. We're going to get into the inner thigh stretch next. So hands underneath the shoulders. Let's start with your right leg, kicking it out to the side. Place that foot down on the floor. So try not to be on the side of the foot, but grip the toes down. With the toes gripping down, now you'll rock the hip back towards the downside heel. Breathe in as you rock forward. Exhale as you rock back. 3 to 5 times here. You want to add the upper body into it a little bit near the end of this side. You can take your right hand, reach across the midline of the body towards your left hand, and then lower back one more time there. Woo. Very good. In between legs, we're going to go quadruped hip rock. Walk the knees in so that they're touching. Draw the belly in towards the spine, and then nice and controlled, lowering the hips down to the one side, up and across, same thing other way. Good. About 3 times each way. Good. As you finish the hip rock, we got to open up that inner thigh on your left side. So back to all fours. Now the left leg extends out. Grip the foot and toes down. Rocking back into that heel, lowering the head down, reaching the arm nice and long. Forward and back, 3 to 5 times here. And to breathe in as I rock forward, and then gently exhale as you rock back. You can take that left arm, reach across the right side of the body. Awesome. When you finish that stretch, go ahead and come onto your back to finish. All right, fantastic. We're going to go figure 4 and happy baby to finish it out. Let's go right foot on the left thigh. Go ahead and hug that left leg in. You can use your right elbow on the right thigh as well. Just kind of push that side out as you hug the other side in. Good. Once that hip starts to open, you can add the left leg into it as well, extending through the knee, pulling the foot and toes back towards you. Point the foot and toes towards the sky. Pull it back towards you. And as you're holding the foot pulled back towards you, now you're going to bend the knee down and in. All right, let's go about 2 more cycles there. Nice to see those blue skies in Ohio. Good to see you having some sunshine there. We've had similar weather to what I'm seeing there in Georgia. Some gray skies here in Colorado, but we're welcoming the rain. Once you finish that side, in between legs, go into a little happy baby. Elbows on the insides of those knees. Grab the outer legs and just gently rock yourself side to side. Don't forget to coo and sigh, all those little happy baby sounds. All right, when you finish that, let's open up. Let's see, what foot did we do? We did right foot to left thigh. So now we got to go left foot to the right thigh, hugging that right thigh in, using that left elbow on that left thigh. Push one side out as you hug the other side in. Breathing. And then as you'd like, you can extend the right leg, pull the toes back towards you, point that foot away, pull them back towards you, hold that position as you bend the knee down and in. Very good. Twice more. Lift and down. Welcome, Shirley. If you can just go on mute as you come in. Nice to see you. Final time. And go ahead and release. Very good. All right, friends. That's what I have for you today. Feel free to just spend some time here flat on your back. See what else your body might be asking for. Otherwise, a few nice deep breaths before you get on up and transition back into your day. Always a pleasure to have you. Reminder, we will not be live next week. If you do want to have a Friday live class, just let me know. You can watch what I look like when I'm nice and sore, but please let me know by the end of this week so I can keep that blocked out in my calendar. And otherwise, stay healthy, stay happy. I'll be sending out some recordings as some recommendations for next week.